to the film, and why do you think the USA um, have a helpful at the possibility of a transformation?
Say how in the Estados Unidos they not have importance, though many factors is associated, as see how in other um, so countries they take basic factors sometimes very important.
Okay, the second question is before you saw the film, what did you think it will be about? Uh, the title of this film is appropriate or misleading the things do you have about that?
Eh, um, I thought they what they documentary approved the why a production towards the United States and was go to show it has the perfect country when in reality it shows the opposite.
Okay, the first question is why do you think more choose to place focus on the way other countries where uh, funding various uses rather than reflect on current USA management of the same uses, or were you aware of any of the policies addressed in the field? How aware are you of how the USA manages the uses mentioned to the field?
Well, a thing was comparing is because in the United States, that balances diet on children and their basic education is not taken into account. Comparison is in Inglaterra, Francia, Italia, in education and basic in factors importance uh, the education in children.
Okay, the fourth question is about just one country and say why compare the usage more addresses in the field and discuss about that. In this question, I select the Philippine um, education because when I taking into account that the United States is a very mechanical country and only think that work and work and work, um, or it sees the human being as a machine and only its education. But when you saw Philippines education, you notice that the Philippine education are good and not focused in a human mechanics. Um, I think the Philippine education is more human and think of the create and the artists that have the student or the children. Uh, the, uh, the five question is about the Holocausto in Germany. I think that uh, recognize this story is very important to the country, and this history makes the country develop by above paint story, and I think that story is to uh, to mm, mm, things that help the country to uh, evolve, um, make a more right human and no more. The expression is the still express the belief that is previously when women are in a position of power. Um, what are your thoughts on this? Why do you think this is? Or where or not you believe this to be true? So tell me.
Um, I feel that is woman provides stability every sense. Is woman is accurate in so in education, um, eh, eh, stability in everyday and
It's because women have more character, character and responsibility and show more solidarity.
Okay, I think that when the woman have a position of power, the woman thinks about all the humans. I think when a woman has a power, uh, she go to equal uh, position. I think that the woman has a responsibility, and the woman feels that the injustice is not a correct form to do, uh, for example, a politic uh, mechanism. And I think when have a woman in a position of power, like a president, eh, eh, we can have a good work, um, more democratic and just, eh, and, and more have justice in some part, like a work.
Okay. Show more empathic towards after. Next.
Okay, the seven. Uh, the connection between human dignity and the death penalty or a lifelong sentence. Uh, do you believe that two can connect or coexist if some is a convict or murder? Are they worthy of the same rights as other members of society?
Okay. Impose the hard penalty for certain crimes. Using the means using by the state trade trade I trade trial is held and is the trial is held in a state where the dream penalty does not exist. They use with determined and means of exe- execution.
Okay. Um, eight. Uh, what do you classify as basic human rights? Those the things that should be guaranteed to all the members of a society. Uh, why do you think the USA not consider it a basic human rights like a health care an education?
They are considered important because they are what is necessary the life stability with.
Okay, for that, I think that you say not to think about healthcare because uh, when you have a capital institution, you don't need a healthcare human. You need a consume human. You need that the people to stay in USA, consume and consume because the USA a big um, a big um, institutions of food or technology and the education. I think that, for example, when I say the question four, the education is more mechanic and think that the people only work and no more. Nine. How many vacation days are you paid for in a single year? Is this the adventure in your country? Do you feel this is enough for you to live a happy or healthy life?
As for my question, a vacation in Colombia must be selected according to the average salary and made during the immediately present job of work.
Okay.
Is al de is vacation in Colombia al dependence is the hub. So post is dependations is the el ¿cómo se dice puesto? Sí, is
Position,
the dime.
position,
Occasion,
Position.
empresario is so dependidos del date hub.
Okay.
and the finally question is why do you think the uses of sexuality is such a taboo subject in the USA? Where, for example, in France, people openly discuss it as a natural part of the human existence. Do you think you have a healthy attitude toward your own individual sexuality? And how do your education affect your outlook?
In the United States, there is lot of taboo that though the simple fact that it very religious, and conservative country. So is politic and conservative is taboo sexually is my children school is no adaptability in date actual.
They lack of sexual education. They use people points or bring serious consequence, such as sexually transmitted infection or of teenage pregnancy.
Okay, I think that in USA is a taboo because South State, it's a country more Catholic and more religious. So that the thing of religious is but you know about sexuality and it's discuss that because do you have to think that is a religious thing and the socially and right humans that you have in that moment it's a contrast and not uh, a thing that you can uh, relate relate because there are so bad. If you know that, why do you do when you
That situation, it's so bad, and you don't do anything about that.
Yes. So bye. Finish.